My name is Gareth Smit. I work for ABB South Africa. We supply electrical distribution products through industry, infrastructure, renewables, mainly focused at different aspects within medium voltage and low voltage equipment.
And what does it do for you to come to an event like Enlit?
It's probably one of the bigger events that we attend during the course of the year. Just it being Enlit, you've got a lot of interest from different parties. You're dealing with the utilities, renewable sector, municipalities, smaller municipalities as well. So it's great to be involved with it from an ABB point of view, and there's a lot of interest from different parties. So it's kind of nice to be involved with a conference like this, and obviously the focus within ABB kind of revolves around us being involved with an event like this.
And with ABB, what are you focusing on with regards to renewables?
With renewables, obviously it's, ABB is really trying to get to a point where we can be more sustainable in the way we operate. I think we've obviously looked a lot at digital solutions. So we've got a lot of digital solutions that we're pushing out in the market, our sensor technology, and the way we're manufacturing products. So we're trying to minimize the amount of waste that we're doing, specifically in manufacturing processes and the way we structure things. So I think it's very important for us to focus on that. And then obviously the renewable sector, we've been kind of the leader in our GIS products, specifically our ZX range. We've been quite successful in a lot of the renewable projects in the past.
And what challenges have you encountered in this sector?
I think the sector is very competitive at the moment. Obviously, price and deliveries being quite tough to try and meet certain client requirements. But it's a market that's very interesting, where I think technology is obviously evolving as well. So as long as you're ahead of the times, I think that also benefits you as an organisation.
Are you focusing on digital solutions?
So definitely making our products a lot smarter. So we're looking at sensor technology. We're bringing in our Safe Plus Air. So we're looking at like air insulated equipment, moving away from SF6 gas. So definitely making our equipment a lot more obviously user friendly, and obviously looking at newer technology.
Very interesting. Earlier you brought up decarbonization. Could you give us a definition of that and how you are implementing it?
Decarbonisation is very interesting. I mean, obviously the non-use of SF6 gas is obviously very important to us, and moving away from SF6 gas and obviously incorporating more AIS equipment, and then obviously looking at digital solutions. I think if we can try and cut away on wastage and that type of thing, looking at digital offers, specifically in our digital sensor technology, we don't have to have CTs or VTs in every panel. We can just basically focus on sensor technology and running the same type of CT ratio or VT ratio in each panel without having to duplicate the equipment. So the amount of loss, amount of wastage and that type of thing is kind of something that ABB is really focused on.
So within this waste management, you touched on sustainability. Why is sustainability so important for the green economy?
Obviously, it's one of the sustainability goals that we need to try and focus on. Obviously, South Africa, I think, is probably not as advanced at what happened in Europe and the rest of the world. But I think we're coming to a point where obviously the implementation in South Africa is going to be very important to start looking at ways and means to try and cut back on greenhouse gases and that type of thing. So it's very important for us to try and focus on different techniques and ways of getting to that point.
You recently attended Ages 2025. How was that? What was your experience?
It was a great event. I think to look at the different opportunities and projects that are coming out in South Africa and in Africa, it was quite interesting to see, and it's nice to get involved with those projects at such an early stage. A lot of those projects were at feasibility stages, looking for finance. So it was nice to engage with different clients and different companies that are focused on these different types of projects.
So what are you looking for within projects? What should their goals be?
It depends. I mean, I think, the previous discussions we've had with certain renewable projects and the focus within different projects, it's all client dependent. I think we're trying to optimize definitely on different solutions, optimizing being delivery or on price, but definitely trying to assist a client to not only have a certain standard specification, but also knowing that ABB's got the knowledge and the know-how to try and optimize on certain solutions and designs.
And as ABB, what's your hope moving forward?
For ABB, our hope moving forward is definitely just to grow a market which is broadly understood by our clients. Obviously, we've got a broad range of equipment and solutions we provide into the market, but it's just important for us as ABB to understand that we're here to assist and we're here to help. I think the knowledge of certain electrical equipment is kind of an area which is maybe it's not an area that's well known. And obviously the lack of skills is kind of a situation you sit with. So as the suppliers, we know our equipment, we know different solutions, we know installation process, we understand our equipment. So I think for training and understanding what we can offer and why we offer it, I think that's very important.